last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's mainly just us and a little bit of a bug. You don't really see the iPad.
Oh, okay.
We need to get the tripod and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're live.
Welcome
back. Over the show, episode 9, our Rise of the Skywalker episode. That was a good one, man. 2B, Nick D, Jarvis Jerry on the computers. We're still using the phone setup. We still have some little technical difficulties that we're working on.
Yeah, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
I think, by what we were just discussing, by November, we'll have figured out this a little bit better.
I really do think that the way things are going, and I hope I'm not like shooting ourselves in the foot, I feel like by the time we get to Spider-Man No Way Home, we'll be up. But by the end of the year, I think we'll have everything ironed out.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping by Hawkeye or something, or
Yeah.
Mandalorian, or is Boba Fett or Hawkeye first? Doesn't matter.
I think Hawkeye.
One of those.
I don't know, but I feel like Boba Fett is Christmas and
Hawkeye's Thanksgiving. So Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Let's say Hawkeye.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. At least the sound and all that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This week we're doing Venom, our recap.
Let there be carnage.
Just to start the show off, next week, hopefully it'll be this time next week, we're going to do What If.
For finishing up What If,
Yeah, so we'll finish up What If next week.
Yeah.
Tonight we're just going to talk Venom. It's going to probably be a shorter episode because I don't think either of us really have too much to say.
I mean, it's a short movie too, so it's like we the last thing we wanted is for this to go longer than the actual movie. Like,
So that would be weird. I didn't even think of that. We've both seen it, but it's going to be spoilers for our boy Jerry.
Classic over the show tradition. We're gonna ruin something for Jerry.
You know what? Maybe we should enter in our new segment
Should
right
we
now.
do it? Yeah.
All right, Jerry, we've been waiting to do this.
We're gonna do a little left turn here.
Yeah, Jerry, is there anything you could spoil for us?
Yeah.
To start the
What's
show
something that it doesn't have to be new, but what's something that you've seen that you're like, oh, you should check this out.
Do you want me to spoil it?
I mean, we ruin shit for you. Ruin something for us.
Yeah, ruin something for us.
So we just watched the 3rd season of The Circle, and so
Really quick, I don't even know what that is. Set up the circle for me.
people go into the circle. They go to like an apartment and they're by themselves, and they can only talk to people through chat. And you want to become an influencer because if you're an influencer, you get to kick somebody off the show. And so you want to make it to the end. And so we watched the 3rd season, and the dude James wins.
Congratulations, James. Do we like James? Was James cool?
What's so surprising about it is he came in late. And normally people who come in late, they get booted immediately. People are just like, nah, fuck that. We don't care for this person. We want one of the original people that come in.
So it's like a mean internet show. Wait, really quick, is this fiction or is this real?
Yeah, I'm about to ask that.
Yeah. It's real. No, it's a Netflix. It's a Netflix reality show.
Okay.
Oh, it's a reality show.
And you win 100 racks. And so James came in and like befriended everybody and won 100 racks.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
wow.
Congratulations, James.
And have you watched the first 2 seasons of that?
Yeah, and then we also watched the Brazilian version and the French version. If you watch any of them, watch the French one. The end to the French one is amazing. I laughed so hard I was crying. It is phenomenal.
And they're all available on Netflix, the French and the Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even remember the last reality show I watched. Like, The Osbournes? Like, I genuinely don't even know.
I mean, well...
Because I've seen an episode or 2 of The Jersey Shore, but like...
Yeah, no, I don't watch
I don't even...
I didn't have the obsession like Jerry has with the reality.
Oh, unrelated...
Comic Man.
Comic
Shout
Man.
out Walter Flanagan.
Jer spoiled Malignant for me.
I wanted to see that. But I don't know. It ran till the 10th.
Yeah,
it's off today.
Don't spoil it for 2.
Yeah, you already spoiled The Circle, and I'm so upset that I can't now watch that amazing television series, reality television series. I'm bummed. Well, that's our new segment.
Yeah. Jerry spoils it for...
Spoilers with Jerry.
Yeah.
And today's episode... It was The Circle.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more like it was a Ring, like The Ring.
Dude,
horror show.
I thought this. I was like, oh, this is like a spooky, ghost internet story.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, this is a game show. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess I could have picked Squid Game, but I didn't.
I mean, I saw it. You can't.
I
ruin
haven't
Squid
seen
Game
it,
for-
but-
Oh, you haven't seen Squid
No,
Game?
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
everyone at the farm was talking about it too,
Yeah.
like no other.
And I feel like, wow, I was gonna say we've ruined some cool shit for Jerry. I'd be like, I would be bummed if Squid Game was.
Don't,
ruined
yeah,
for me.
you know what?
Yes,
Yeah, because I am gonna watch. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch Squid Games. Maybe we'll talk about it on here, but at that point we'll be too late to that Netflix show.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's good though.
yeah,
I think you'll like it. I liked it.
Yeah, is it worthy?
I think so. I thought it was great. Like, yeah.
We'll see.
I thought it was-
Maybe
yeah.
we'll come back to that. Maybe.
Yeah, I like
You
it.
watched that too, Jerry?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really not like
Everyone
perfect.
fucking watched that.
Because I think it's visually, like when you, like just the stuff I would see
It
on
looks
Twitter,
cool.
I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I will say, it's not perfect. Like I didn't love every second of it, but overall, I'd give it an A.
No, the trailer looked cool. It grabbed me. I put it in my
Yeah.
bin, but then
Yeah.
I left and this, that, the other. So
I watched it
There's
in
so much to do.
3 nights. I would because they're like an hour each.
Yeah.
So I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, like I was obsessed.
well, and I've been doing Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm only on episode 10, 11, something like that. I
Hell
think.
yeah, hell yeah.
And that's going great. Loving it.
Yeah, I gotta restart that.
I got
Yeah.
Edward is now there.
Nice,
in the
nice.
mix and all
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Full cast.
And I also started, well, just not going to talk about it too much, but I started Star Trek Next Generation.
Sick.
You know, Star Wars kid jumping into the Trekkie world.
I like it. I like it.
And it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't think I missed out on much, but it's interesting. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do Squid. We'll talk Squid Games on here.
Yeah.
Next week or something.
Yeah.
I might download it. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I think you'll like it. I do.
But it's gonna be the race now for the Dune book too.
Yeah,
which we'll get
exactly.
more into.
We'll
the clock is ticking on Dune,
yeah.
everyone. You know.
And it's like it's one of those things. I feel like if we don't finish the book by the time the movie comes out, no big deal. But I
I'm gonna be
definitely,
disappointed.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't. I'm just afraid that if I get close to the end, see the movie, and then maybe I just bail on the book. So like my homework is to bang out the
Yeah, I
book
gotta
the
bang
next
out that book.
12 days or whatever. Like yeah.
Jerry, you're gonna see Jarvis. Jerry, you're gonna see Dune. You're obviously not reading the book.
I'm not reading the book, but Corinne and I do plan on seeing Dune.
Okay.
Sick.
Has
Sick.
she read the book?
I don't think so. I think she really wanted to, but
Yeah. It's gnarly.
Yeah.
It's gnarly in the sense of just like the language that they're using, everything in the book. It's very,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
yeah, she's reading Battle Royale.
I want to read that too. Like I haven't seen that movie yet. I want to read and see Battle Royale.
We should watch that movie.
Yeah, yeah,
we'll
we
do
should.
a combo on here one day of that.
Hell yeah, I'm super
A
down.
throwback episode,
Hell yeah.
which we're gonna do more throwback episodes. But let's jump in to Venom. Venom 2.
Carnage, yeah.
Let There Be Carnage. The working title or whatever they call it. What is it? Underlying title? What do they call the second part? What's the fucking term for that?
There is a term for it.
Jerry, you know?
I don't know off the top of my head. Is it just subtitle? But I don't know if it's subtitle.
I don't know if it's
yeah.
a top. Anyways, Let There Be Carnage. The follow-up to the
2018?
2018 Venom film.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, everything came back for this one, including Eminem for the soundtrack. So there you go. That's subtitle. It is subtitle. That's a highlight though for the film is they even got Marshall Mathers to return.
Apparently, really unrelated to Marshall Mathers.
Okay.
Well, actually, kind of related to Marshall Mathers, I guess. Apparently, it was almost called Venom: Love Will Tear Us Apart, which
That's how it might have been better.
I almost think I like that more.
That's how it might have been better.
Especially, you know, they do a title drop when
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's like, "Let there be carnage." I
Yeah.
wanted to be like, "Boo!"
Yeah.
Like, don't do that shit.
Well, he
He also does it at a really stupid time too.
he dropped the word carnage
Yeah.
a couple times
Oh yeah, multiple
prior
times.
to turning. We're jumping right into this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no,
it's just
no.
the whole
No,
fact that he
that's
says "Let there be carnage" is like, and when he says it too, is just like,
It's corn dog.
Yeah.
It's corn dog. That okay.
I don't blame him for it. I don't blame him.
We don't need to even go from beginning to end of this film.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's necessary because the film's short, which is a positive because it is just chock full of nonsense.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a hater, but I just, you know, I said this earlier to Jerry. I haven't walked out of a theater seeing a Marvel film
Yeah.
and felt so.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we just saw a few weeks ago. You know, Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Before that, we saw Black Widow. It was great.
Yeah.
You know, 2 great Marvel films to kick back start this, you know, since COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, two great films to kind of get back into the ball and rolling or whatever. And we know we have a bunch of cool shit coming.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Strange, Hawkeye TV series,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk TV series.
Eternals.
Eternals,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like a bunch of stuff coming in the near future right now.
Yeah.
And this comes out, we know it's Sony, right? It's not the traditional MCU with Disney. And I mean, we'll jump right into it. They do a little thing, obviously, at the end.
Yeah.
That's hinting at it's going to be a part of that. Now, off
Which,
tops,
when we get into that,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
just say that I don't even think I really understood what happened at the end. I mean, I get the big picture, but like, when we get there,
We'll get there.
I found the ending kind of confusing, to be honest. And maybe I'm alone in that.
everything in the fucking film was confusing.
yeah.
The buddy cop thing that they're doing with Venom and
Brock.
Eddie Brock, but played by Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
it's just stupid. It's just, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't want Carnage or Venom, Jesus, but I don't want them to be buddy-buddy the way that they're doing it. It's
And
just not working for me.
And it's like, I agree, but I also think it's weird too that it's like, why does everyone in the movie have to be the funny guy? Like, it's like, why can't like Brock be serious and Venom be silly? Although I don't like that
No,
dynamic.
no.
If anything, I want Brock to be more human and silly and Venom to be kind of alien and weird. The fact that Venom is like a Pokemon, like he's just so silly and so almost kind of dumb that I'm just like, you know, there's that whole thing at the end. I'm skipping over. We don't need to get into it. But he was like, I'm 8 million years old and high knowledge, and I've seen things that your brain can't comprehend. And then I'm like, why do you act like a child then? Like, why is Venom so kind of stupid? And that just kind of bums me out that it's like, he's such a weird character that he's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's just, it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
how they go about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Before you even get to the Carnage, well, you and the thing on this one is because it's only an hour and a half or whatever, it's so fast paced. Like
Yeah.
he meets Carnage, or what's the guy's name?
Cletus Cassidy. Yeah.
Cletus Cassidy. He meets fucking Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like within the first 10 minutes for sure.
Within first thing that you meet fucking Wahlburglar's little Overbro, right?
Yeah.
And
Or I don't know where he is in the lineup.
yeah, whatever. One of the Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
And he's looking goof-tastic in my opinion. His haircut, man,
Yeah.
is
Yeah, like
just-
they make him look like a cop. They make
Yeah.
him look, like when you look at him, you're like,
But also, he looked like a B-rate actor.
yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
you know, and like I don't know, like that. Everything off tops was rubbing me the wrong way, even from the jump off point. And man, like I don't know if there's anything you want to say about the beginning half before you meet Carnage. Was there anything that like stood out to you before you even meet? Once Woody becomes Carnage.
I mean, like, so, like, the only, so, like, I'm just kind of scattershotting right here. So, like, you know, we get the flash. I think it's weird that, like, Cletus Cassidy's whole thing is he's like a serial killer, right? He's like a psychopath. And very clearly in the beginning, they give us this flashback to him and Shriek in, like, that prison, right?
Yeah.
And they're very clearly trying to make us feel bad for him. That it's just so weird that in a movie about a serial killer, Carnage, like, they're trying to get us to be like, he's not all bad, right? You kind of like him. You kind of get that look. Like, his girlfriend and him were put in jail, and they're getting split up. And, like, you're supposed to feel sorry for them. And I'm like, why? Why am I supposed to feel sorry for this guy? He's a piece of shit. Like, I just felt it was weird. It just, tonally, it felt weird that they were trying to get me to, like him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're going to use Carnage as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was weird. Like, and that's like the first 30 minutes, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole pre-story from 95 or whatever.
Yeah.
With her in prison and all that. And then she gets taken away to a higher...
Like an Arkham, Ravencroft.
Yeah, Ravencroft, the higher up version of a prison where they send human mutants.
Yeah. Not
mutants,
yeah,
but
presumably
human
she
mutants.
doesn't have the X gene.
Right.
Like, it's a different kind of mutant.
Yeah.
She looks dope. Also, I think as a character she looks dope. What I also didn't like, it's like, oh, she got shot in the eye and she's just got like a little scar. I think it would have done even a little bit more, just have her missing an eye.
Or
Like that would have been dope.
yeah,
Like it
yeah,
just seemed weird to.
Yeah, I agree. The little scars was kind of wacky, but
Yeah, especially that's like a 357 Magnum to the face,
which is
and
the
it's just like
flashback
a little.
of the detective.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
Jared, I just noticed. I saw what you were pulling up there. I said it was a wall burglar. Am I incorrect? That is not one of the Wahlbergs.
No, it's
Damn.
I know it from the.
Oh, seriously? I thought it totally was.
I really thought that was. I didn't look into it because I didn't give a fuck by the time I got out of here.
Graham. Okay, what is he in? What
is he from?
Because he's in good stuff.
he's
Snap. Oh, dude, he's the
Snap.
yeah, he's the guy who's Statham's he's Statham's buddy assistant. In,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I do like that actor.
My apologies live here on the show.
Wahlberg.
I thought it was one of the Wahlbergs. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still fans. Donnie. Even though you're not. That wasn't Donnie. Either way, I thought I was just like, man, this guy, like the haircut and everything was just like, oh gosh, bro.
Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, the whole flashback shit was just like,
Wow.
because they also didn't show you much. It
Yeah.
was to make you feel bad. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm feeling bad for this because then when you catch up to date, he's like killed a shit ton of crazy amounts of people.
Yeah.
So it's very bizarro. Yeah.
And also you learn too, because it's not even like just as like a plot thing. It's not like, oh, see, he got turned bad. It's like, no, he was killing people well before he was thrown in prison. He was killing people as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're supposed like Carnage is not supposed to be likable as like a. He's not supposed to be sympathetic. It's okay to like villains. I like a whole bunch of villains. Like, there's. It's not even like I need a reason to like them. It's just like Carnage is cool. I like Carnage for being cool, but they made him so cheesy.
I mean, everything in it.
Everything like
Venom's cheesy, dude.
yeah, exactly.
It was a cheese dog versus a cheese dog. It was just
Yeah.
there was cheese going everywhere.
Everybody's a comedian. Everyone's busting jokes. I think I will say, you know, you guys can't see it on the screen. I do think Carnage looked great. I thought Carnage. I like that he looked gross. Like
Yeah.
I thought I really liked his scream. Like I liked the kind of dinosaur alien, like I like the way he moved. But that was my favorite.
It was all
thing.
digital effects. I wish they would have done some like close-up shots that were practical
That would
effects
have
or
been sick.
whatever.
That would have been sick.
And just to kind of blend the two together
Yeah.
and made it a little bit. I don't know. I always like that, but like, yeah, he was cool looking ish, but like he didn't do even the ending battle scene. Like you only get really like, well, I guess you get 3 scenes of Carnage with the car scene.
Yeah. Car scene, prison, and then
prison,
church.
car scene, church.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I mean, for me, I'm just gonna, you know, diving right into it.
Yeah.
The highlight of the whole entire film for me was the Mrs. Chan, who owns the liquor store scene,
She crushed it.
when Venom has taken over her and the ex-girlfriend comes in looking for Eddie.
Michelle
That by far, when he takes over the eyes of Mrs. Chan.
I like that. I
It was
like
creepy.
I like that look. When Venom's like half in, half out of someone like that, I like that. I also like too I really like just going on visuals really quick. You know how like when Venom he did it way more in the first movie, but in this one he does it when he's talking to Carnage, how like the teeth open up and you can see like that like little.
Yeah.
I really like that,
Yeah.
and then I also like when Carnage does it, how like Woody's like here and then Carnage is like right here.
I remember from the comics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like how visually I'm like they nailed that.
That's when it's hurt.
great.
When Carnage hurts. Shriek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one shot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's definitely some really cool shot value or whatever you want to call it. There's some cool scenes in the movie. There's quite a few. There's a few. I'm not gonna say quite a few. There's a few really cool scenes visually. The story was just not necessary. It's the best thing I could say about it. It just it was just all over the place and kind of wacky.
Yeah. I think this movie would have been. So, I think Carnage shouldn't have been in Venom 2. They should have had either a completely different Venom or a completely different villain, or they should have had a different symbiote. Like it just seems that it's like This movie, I almost think I would have liked it more if it changed nothing. I mean, everything is the exact same except that it's not Carnage. Maybe it's a blue symbiote now. I think I would have liked it more. I think it's just the fact that this is supposed to be Carnage and it's so silly. I just couldn't. There was like cognitive dissonance. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
None of it.
Yeah.
The fact that Spider-Man, and we said this on the last show, and we'll bring it back up again. We're doing a show here we're watching a movie here about a character that stems from Spider-Man, yet Spider-Man isn't in the film.
Yeah.
Up until the ending.
Yeah.
And the fact that his chest doesn't even have the spider, all of that's missing.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know, overall, you know, I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just was just.
I'll say this
I was
too.
all over the place about my feelings. I don't want to just sit here and hate on it.
No, yeah, because there are things I like, and I will say too that I know it's me in the sense that I've talked to people about this movie and they love it.
Really?
Yeah, and I think what it is, I think if I was 12 or 15, I would love this movie. This movie is not for us. This movie is for kids because Sony/Marvel want to sell action figures.
No, I know.
Like, and so it's like part of me is like, okay, I think. If you're like 12 and you read comics and you like Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, then yeah, this is a good movie. For me, who's watched all of the MCU, who's seen all of the Spider-Man movies, who loves Venom and Carnage, this is a miss. Like this didn't do it for me, but also I'm willing to kind of accept the fact that this was not aimed at me. Like they're not trying to get Nick D's approval. None of them are. You're right.
But I love the like.
Yeah. I do think. I don't
think Disney would have made this film.
Yeah, exactly. I think
That's all I'm
Feige. I think if you would have handed this to Feige, it would have been Feige would have got like, oh, this needs to be a little bit more Iron Man 3. This needs to be a little bit more Winter Soldier. This needs to be a little bit heavier. This can't be Ant-Man. This isn't.
Or trying to do a shitty version of Deadpool.
Exactly. It needed
the comic
to be R. So it's like I almost think we should have did Venom. Venom 2 is something else. Keep it all silly and everything. Then we get to Venom 3. Now Venom 3's got, he's had a couple of fights under his belt. He's lived a little bit. Now we can get heavy, introduce Carnage. I think they did it too. This was the wrong time to do Carnage.
Yeah, I agree. I really just don't think that Venom, the whole franchise as a whole, is necessary without being involved with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If it stemmed from Spider-Man and then jumped off into its own series of an anti-hero, and then you wanted to make him comical and stuff.
Yeah.
But it has to start, in my opinion, for me at least, or just done better, I guess. I don't know. Like it's. I know you mean, Nick, it is meant for kids and this, that, but like some of the tone in this movie and the gore a little bit, I think it's made for teenagers then at most. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, you're right.
Other superhero films.
Right. Like I think this is made for like high schoolers. You're right. Maybe not like kids, but yeah.
Like even like a Captain America, First Avenger, like that seems a little bit more. You could show a younger kid.
Yeah.
This I don't even know if I would want to. It's got some gore scenes.
Yeah. Which were like again that prison scene up until the tornado. I didn't like the tornado because I mean he's stupid. Yeah, it's like what he's Bugs Bunny now.
Yeah.
And then that's actually kind of
Bugs Bunny out.
Yeah, like that's kind of my whole critique of the whole Venom thing, where it's just like I'm like it's too cartoony. It's too dude. In the church when Carnage. I don't know if it was the priest or someone, but he bites someone's head off and he's like, power up. I was like, oh my god. He had like Venom's making like video game references. Yeah. He can somehow manipulate. We were talking about how he can manipulate the internet. Like it's just
Carnage.
Like it's just.
Oh, that's the best worst scene in the movie. Is where he manipulates. Well, let's jump right into that.
Yeah. So Carnage breaks out.
Yeah.
It's after the prison scene. He steals a car, which I guess was a reference to Natural Born Killers. And then he goes to a gas station to take it away.
Oh, is that what it was referenced to? Is Natural Born Killers?
Well, the car is. In that thing we were just watching, they were saying, I think they said it's the same car that him and what's her name were.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah. Great film.
Love Woody Harrelson. Don't blame Woody. I don't blame Woody for this at all. I don't blame Tom Hardy for this.
I don't want to say he overacted, but man, that scene and the scene we're about to talk about, when he hops over, beats up the gas station attendant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. It's top to bottom. His outfit, the whole 9 yards, gooftastic.
Yeah.
And then he plugs into the internet and
with his Carnage fingers.
Yeah, with his Carnage fingers, and it like takes over the computer and makes his own like
operating system.
Yeah.
And somehow like Carnage and Eddie and Cletus like know each other. At this point, it's been less than a day. It's like maybe been like 8
12
hours.
hours,
Yeah,
8
it's like
hours,
12
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
And already Carnage is like, I know all of your motivations, and if you hook me up to a computer, I'll find all the information on Shriek.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
Wait. Is this?
Wait, is this computer accurate? Like, I mean, computer. Is this comic Carnage logged in, ready to play? Oh my god, I hate this. I mean, I guess he's an alien. I guess you could justify it, but I think it's.
It was just the way they went about it, and also I
Yeah.
have to say that the operating system that they made up in the movie that he plugs into,
It
or
looks
whatever,
even like
it looks
Carnage.
all
It's got
yeah,
like little red
It's like,
tentacles,
dude,
like,
come on,
get
bro.
out of here.
Like, this is too much. That was my favorite fucking scene that wasn't made to be a laugh out loud thing.
Yeah.
But I laughed. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
I literally threw my hands up at that moment. Like, literally, like, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, also, too, this has nothing to do with anything, and I don't want to be mean, but there were these two dudes. This is the first movie I've been to in the pandemic that wasn't just a private thing. So I had an audience with me, right?
Yeah, it's handsome here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there were these two dudes and they were, like our age, maybe a little younger, but basically our age.
Yeah.
Dude, old. They loved this movie. And they're talking through it, they're yelling at the screen. Venom says something, and they're like, facts. And they're like, they're cheering. And their reaction made me like this movie less. Like, I was like, these dum-dums, like, are so into this movie that I'm just like, I was like rejecting the movie as I'm watching it, just because they were so into it. And I felt like a dick. I felt like, I'm like, dude, like, these guys are enjoying it, why can't you enjoy it? And I was like, partially because of them, but also partially because it was cheesy. Like,
Yeah, there was no one really in the theater, but like some teenagers that looked like they were making out.
Yeah,
When we got to leave.
When my dad and I got there was like maybe 2 people in the theater. By the time the thing started, it was almost full. Like, I was like kind of blown away.
Wow.
Like, and again, we walked out, and I felt like my dad and I were the only ones not being like, that was amazing. My dad fell asleep.
BK walked out, and we were just looking at each other like, wow, that was quite a showing.
My dad fell asleep. The only scenes he really saw were the fight scenes because they're loud.
Yeah.
So I think my dad was like, yeah, that was cool. And I was like, you missed a lot of it, but yeah. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the point of Over the Show wasn't to sit here and trash things, but we do want to put in our 2 cents.
Yeah. Especially the characters I love. Like, I love Carnage. Yeah. And again, I love Andy Serkis. I love Tom Hardy. I love Woody Harrelson. I don't blame them, but it just feels like it's like something. You know what it feels like? And again, I felt like I cut you off.
Yeah, no.
Is that it felt like that Justice League where I'm like, I bet there was a dope script.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, someone came in and was like, you need to kind of like Guardians this up a little bit. We need some more jokes. And it's because Donnie Wahlberg, not Donnie Wahlberg, Steven...
keep calling him Donnie. Fuck it. We'll call him Donnie.
Fake Donnie Wahlberg.
Fake Donnie Wahlberg.
He's the only one that who was acting appropriately. Like, this is a serial killer on the loose. Like, that cop seemed to be in a different movie than everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
Which
like...
almost made him, maybe from my point of view, it made him, with a funny haircut too, it made him stand out, and you're like, what's up with this guy? Because you're right, he is taking it a lot more serious than anyone else is taking it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole like breakup scene between Venom and Eddie, where they like break up, and Venom goes out, and then there's that whole, I assume it's a gay bar or gay party.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco.
They pan to the crowd, and it's very, I
guess you're right. I didn't even
everyone's got like,
together.
And then he does this whole speech about like, if you don't fit in.
Oh my God, dude! I didn't even pick up on any of it. His whole speech is like, it's okay to be. He even says I came out of the Eddie closet. Dude, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, check out an image on here.
That is so
okay,
funny.
you can catch that? And it's San Francisco.
Yeah, dude.
Which I also, it's like, man, like...
It's pandering. It's pandering.
Like, every time it's SF, it's gotta be a gay bar? Like,
exactly.
I guess, sure.
Yeah.
But that whole scene...
Yeah, stupid.
Which is also... Alright, here's what's crazy about this, and they don't even really acknowledge it in the movie. He kills... Venom, technically, Venom kills, like, 4 or 5 people.
Oh yes, he's jumping from body to body.
He's not on purposely killing them, but he's like sucking out their juice because they can't hold down the Venom.
It's like there has to be that DNA.
Right.
Link. You're exactly right.
So he.
What does Miss Jane do with that body?
Well, Miss. Oh yeah.
What is Miss Jane like? She just puts him in a dumpster.
I'm sure Venom eats him.
Oh yeah.
right? Or
Yeah,
something. And that's when you get to the Miss Chan. She's the last one to hold the Venom symbiote before.
Michelle Williams,
And then gives it back to Eddie
yeah.
from jail, which they break him out. Blah, blah, blah.
Also, you know what I hated at the very end? You know, like so. They're in the church,
Yeah.
and the bell makes the symbiote jump off of Eddie,
Yeah.
and so it falls onto Dan and like links to Michelle Williams and like half pipes back on. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like it's so cartoony that it's ludicrous how cartoony this is.
I did like when Dan pulled up the fire.
I like that
scene,
too.
in that
Dude,
same scene.
My favorite scene of the movie, and this is the only thing that made me genuinely laugh, not fake laugh,
Yeah.
but when Eddie Brock goes to shake his hand and then smacks the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Dude, I genuinely laughed.
So that's your highlight.
I think for me that's the most. It's the only joke that landed, and then I guess and I would say action wise. I mean, I guess the church stuff was cool. Venom actually seeing Venom
It was
fight.
really dark.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard.
They try to hide the digital aspects of it or whatever.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was cool. I think the storyline could have been worked on a little bit. Like it needed to be more about Venom, more about Carnage, and it was a lot more. It was about Venom, but it was about Venom and Eddie's issues, and then it was about Carnage, but Carnage wanting to get his girl, and once he does, he's then trying to get revenge and all that.
Yeah.
But it was like it needed to be more about just Venom versus Carnage. And it never really got to that point.
It's sad sack Brock being like, oh, Michelle Williams doesn't love me. It's Cassidy being like, oh, my girl's gone. When it should have just been Carnage being like, I hate my dad. It should have just been Carnage and Venom's thing, and maybe these two guys are kind of caught in it. But instead, it's all about how sad everyone is, and how they deal with how sad they are is they make a bunch of stupid jokes.
And when they try to pull off the same joke, not joke, but the same thing in Endgame, where Hulk powers down and doesn't want to fight. It's not Thanos, it's the bigger dude, right?
It's Obsidian Cole, and
because he saw Thanos in the other thing, and then he gets beat up by Thanos
in the ship,
in Ragnarok, and then the next movie, and they try to do the same thing, a similar thing in this film, where Venom like powers down for a second. It's like, I don't want to fight him. He's the red one. Which also that joke too was like, he's the red one or something. I was like, what the fuck
it was the
is
same
this?
thing when he saw Riot in the last one. He's like, oh, it's a silver one, and it's like they make Venom such a baby.
Yeah,
he's scared of everything.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
But let's get right to the big ending. And I heard so many people, and I'm gonna say this. This is also maybe that I went into the movie not having that much opinion, but everyone I'd seen talk about it or talk to was like, oh, the spoiler or the end or the afterbang or whatever fucking BK calls it. Stinger, yeah. It's afterbang.
Yeah. I like afterbang.
Afterbang, what's running in here?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Hold up a fucking second, because Jerry has something on the screen.
Dude, the hair is so much cooler in the last.
But they never acknowledged it. No, you're right. Yeah. It's Woody Harrelson's, because they can't see this. Woody Harrelson in the 2018 Venom, when they teased Woody Harrelson in the end, he had crazy red curly hair.
He almost looks like Pennywise.
And then in this film, he never has that haircut.
He has like the undercut. He has the new like Gambit or not Gambit. But you know what I mean. He has that haircut that everyone has nowadays.
Yeah. It's,
all the Instagram dudes, and it's like, why is he all like not fashionable, but like what? I don't know.
I just want to know why they didn't acknowledge it. Like, where's the explanation of the hair?
Yeah.
Because even when they do the flashback, they don't show him having curly hair or anything of the sort.
He's supposed to look like, he looks so much cooler at the end of this movie.
Yeah, and so he never looks like what you saw, and I just think it's interesting, just to point that out. But let's get right to the end, the big topic. At the end of this film, spoilers.
Yeah. Anyone
big spoilers right here.
Jared, buckle up. This is the only thing in the movie really worth paying attention to.
That everyone talked about too, which
I don't know if that's true. That might have been a little harsh what I just said, but yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Jared?
Are you? Remember when you saw it, and I immediately started talking to you about it or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been a long week. But yeah, so they show him on a beach, and they obviously hint at him now being in the Spider-Man universe, where the room.
So yeah, he's in like a dilapidated, kind of like
Beat up road.
dirty,
Yeah.
gross, like Mexican hotel. Well, we actually don't know he's in Mexico. It appears he's in some kind of Latin country though. And Venom is talking about how like, oh, I'm from like a hive mind. Like my planet has seen like 8 million years of existence. Like he's like, your brain couldn't even handle what I know, which is already been like, why are you so dumb?
Yeah.
And so here I'm gonna need you to explain this to me because I don't really understand what happened. Then it looks as if Venom is about to
Show Eddie.
Eddie, but then something else happens. The room starts shaking, and Eddie's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, and Venom clearly says, "He's like, this isn't me. I'm not doing this." So it just so happens at that moment, Doctor Strange is doing. We assume Doctor Strange isn't in this movie.
Well, we go back to Loki.
Yeah.
And what we learned in the Loki television series.
Yeah.
So there's all these different timelines.
Yeah.
So to break it all down, how I see the ending of this Venom film is that the Venom timeline, if we had a whiteboard, the Venom timeline is here, right?
Yeah.
And the Marvel MCU timeline is here.
Kind of like adjacent.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
even in between.
Yeah, maybe even.
And I don't think that the Venom timeline, I'm pointing now like it's above us, I don't think that the Venom timeline has anything to do with any 3 of the different Spider-Men we've met. He's in his own separate fucking timeline.
Yeah. I like to hope. I keep hoping he's in Andrew Garfield's, but I don't think that's the case.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But he's in his own timeline. Now, Jared, all of this shit you're gonna look up is gonna be fucking fake, and that's what I'm gonna point out.
Yeah, I don't think.
No,
I don't
you
think
pull it up, Jared.
Pull it up. I don't think the answer's out there yet.
Yeah, people think they know.
Yeah.
But what seems to be with the ending of the movie, what they're hinting at or whatever, is now our Venom that we're watching, Tom Hardy's Venom, is now going to be in the MCU timeline.
Yeah.
This is what everyone on the internet's going to tell you.
Yeah.
With Tom.
Holland.
Holland?
Is it Tom Holland?
I'm sorry, Jared. What was it? Holland. Okay. So
because the room changes. He goes from a dirty, gross
right.
room
to
like a resort, to like a very MCU vacation.
It shows
room.
like Spider-Man fighting something or whatever, right?
No. It's the Mysterio thing.
It's the Mysterio thing.
It's Peter Parker is
right. So now he is in that timeline,
but
we don't know if that timeline is in fact. And I'm pointing this out. Internet can say whatever they want until the movie comes out.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know if he's in the fucking MCU timeline or a different, spin-off timeline.
A Loki branch.
Any branch, right? Like Loki, the show, right? Like, maybe that now he's in one with
maybe
Tom
he's
Holland.
Closer.
But he's closer, exactly, right?
Yeah.
But he's not in the timeline with the Avengers and fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. He's not necessarily in that timeline. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But we won't know until Spider-Man comes out. Does Venom appear?
Yeah.
I hope not.
No, yeah.
I hope not. But that seems to be what they're hinting at, is that he's gonna now. What I really think, Nick, big picture here.
Yeah.
I think that the contract with Tom is ending.
Yeah.
With Disney Marvel.
Yeah.
The MC universe or whatever.
He's about to become a Sony
property, pretty much, and they're gonna try to re-sign him to do a spin-off where his timeline goes in a different direction than the actual Avengers and shit, and Doctor Strange will go in this direction, he'll go in that direction with fucking Venom and Tom Holland and Morbius and all this horse shit that Sony's gonna try to
Sinister Six
and not make it any good. So I personally believe that that's what's going on at this point. I don't think we'll ever see Venom on screen with the rest of the MCU characters.
I think you're right. Like from what you just said, and like so before we started this, did we? Oh no, we didn't. This was the trailer before Venom 2. There's the No Way Home trailer, right? Mm-hmm. I think it looks like, so really quick, in the No Way Home trailer, it looks like Peter goes to Doctor Strange, who I actually don't believe that's Doctor Strange. I actually think that might be Mephisto or something. And he's like, I need you to help the world forget about Spider-Man. I think what's going to happen is, instead of making the world forget about Spider-Man, I almost think Doctor Strange is going to accidentally kick Spider-Man out of the MCU. Like, I think, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like, it feels like what you just said, Spider-Man's going to get sent to Sony rather than Venom go to the MCU.
Yeah.
Like I think you're 100% right.
I mean,
I don't think we'll
that
see
makes no
Venom and
sense.
Captain's gone, but Hulk. I don't think we'll see Venom versus Hulk.
Unless it doesn't seem with Morbius being announced and this, that, the other, it doesn't seem like Sony's gonna stop and they're just gonna turn over Spider-Man and Venom over to Marvel.
Yeah.
So if they're not giving Venom in Spider-Man 100% and then to be played with,
Yeah.
then the MCU doesn't care. MCU just got X-Men and shit, as we all know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And
they
maybe,
got a lot of fucking players.
and I could totally see them because like Spider-Man is the world's favorite superhero, right? He's the biggest superhero. I could see Marvel being like, okay, well technically Sony owns the movie rights to them. Let's use Spider-Man as much as we can until he just becomes Sony, and then I think that's when Marvel really starts pushing like the Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Well, BK
Because-
also thinks, just cut you off.
No, let's do it.
But before you get into that,
Yeah.
BK also thinks that they own Peter Parker,
Sony?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, so we'll probably get Miles
So
in
we
the
could get Miles
I
in
think-
MCU
I think that makes perfect
in this
sense.
different timeline.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
assumably it would be Miles, but because they've already kind of hinted at it,
Yeah.
as we all know.
With Danny Glover, yeah. Or Danny Glover, is that his name?
Daniel Glover?
Donald Glover.
Donald
Danny
Glover.
Glover
is
is,
from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Did I think it was interesting that they did that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I think it was like incredible as like everyone was making out to seem? I think there's been other little teasers that Marvel has done after Bangs that Marvel has done that I thought were cooler than this. The only thing that's cool is like not cool in my opinion, but if you like Venom, then I guess it's cool for you that you think, oh, he's gonna be a part of the Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, really?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man movies have been really good so far.
And
But it seems like to me we got a bad one coming down the road at some point.
yeah.
But we'll see.
I also, you know what? And I didn't catch this. We right before this started, we watched a little Easter egg thing. What does it mean that the cop he has that newspaper and that newspaper says the Avengers on it? So it technically in this Venom world there are
Well, it
Avengers,
doesn't say-
but they're not our Avengers.
It could say
right?
revenge.
Actually, you're right. It could just be a
They're faking this out or whatever.
Yeah,
it could
okay.
say revenge, but they want you to believe that,
that it
it's
says
revenge.
Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sony's gonna play it as close to the line as they can
Yeah.
because they want to piggyback off of what Marvel has accomplished with their movies, right?
Exactly.
So they're gonna play it as close to the line as they can, and I would too,
yeah,
because these movies are doing great numbers.
making like $1
and
billion.
you wanna,
Yeah.
you want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they put the Marvel logo in the fucking beginning. That's why they did the Stan Lee
In
reference.
association with
Right, yeah. So, I don't know.
Could you also can you pull up how did this movie do? What was the box office?
Yeah, let's get some box office numbers. But real quick, while Jared's pulling up the box office numbers and we're waiting for that, let's just give it our rating because we went over everything. There's not much more I have to say about it.
Yeah.
The afterbanger or what did we call it?
Stinger.
Stinger. It's cool. You know,
Yeah.
you decide for what you want yourself, and leave in the comments what you think. Am I an idiot? And what your theory is, or what have you?
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's watching should do. Like, if you've got any theories,
Sue hasn't seen it.
Yeah, oh, okay,
you know.
if anyone watches it, let us know what you think is going to happen with Spider-Man. Like, I don't know.
Well, with Venom.
With Venom, yeah.
And Will to see connect with Spider-Man. What the fuck we're gonna get?
Do you think? And really quick, do you think? Well, hold on. I'll save this for the last. I've got just a question for where you think the franchise is going. But
Alright, well, Jerry's got the money pulled up for us, so let's hit the money. Opening weekend it made, what was that?
141.
90?
Million. I think right now, so all time, it's made 141.
And is that just
That's pretty
America?
good.
So that means
No,
like.
that's gotta be worldwide.
Oh, okay.
That's
Because I was gonna say like, damn, if that's just
gotta be
America,
worldwide, right?
International 43 million. Okay.
That's gotta be worldwide. If not, that's
A world.
oh, right here, up here on the top. This is
So that's international. That's domestic, worldwide. So almost 200 million. So
which is crazy.
So this movie's
It's crazy.
less successful than.
It's super successful though.
Yeah,
Like,
it's super, but it's
I don't know
like
what they
it's
paid.
not doing like Endgame numbers, but it's like.
no, but you know what
Jim,
shit.
really, can we also can you just look up like MCU box office? I just want to see like where is this around?
Oh, there's the production budget, Jared. Okay.
Okay, so it's made its money
They
back.
need the money back by a lot.
And then so once they start
Or a good
cranking,
amount.
and they're cranking out toys and DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
So this movie is gonna be a $1 billion movie maybe in like 6 months, maybe like a year.
Maybe a year.
Yeah.
Well, if you include toys, they never do though. But so I don't.
Yeah,
You're right. What do they profit off the film?
Yeah, it's already wildly successful. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And so yeah, I just want to see
mind blowing to be honest.
Yeah, like what is this? If we were to compare this, oh my god, it actually is like this is doing Endgame numbers.
No, it's not.
Did Endgame do?
No, it was like 800 million.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it just said. The ending numbers. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so it's doing like Iron Man, Guardian numbers, Spider-Man. Yeah.
It's crazy that it blew out fucking Black Widow. Is Shang-Chi on here? You know what, Jerry? Fuck this list. Pull, because that's the most recent.
Yeah.
Can you pull up Shang-Chi real quick?
Yeah.
While Jerry.
Damn, so this is a really successful movie. Like I said, man, everyone I've talked to besides us love this movie. Love this movie.
I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Like we're not hating.
We'll get right into our ratings then.
Yeah.
So what would you give it then, Nick?
I would give it a
normal.
I would give it a
S
C.
to F.
Yeah. I would give it a C. Like in the sense that like if you were like, hey man, do you want to watch Venom 2 or like Ant-Man again? I'd be like Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like Ant-Man's like a B for me. If you were like, do you want to watch Thor Dark World or Venom 2 again? I might be like, let's watch Venom 2.
I watched Thor Dark World. I haven't seen it in a while.
I mean, but yeah.
So dude's getting upset in the chat right now. So dude loves that film. He's getting upset in the chat. Right
I'll say this. I always saw
so dude, you hear that? You should maybe go see Venom because Nick compared it being better than your Thor film.
I need to see
Thor Dark World's on this list. That's crazy.
Where do you even see that?
It says Thor Dark World made. Oh, Jerry scrolled. Go down a little bit, Jerry. 206 million.
Oh yeah, so it did better than X-Men Last Stand. Wait, is X-Men Last Stand the second one? That one's great.
I don't know. So you give it a C? Overall C?
Yeah, like I by no means thought. Giving it a C almost feels like a little unfair in the sense that it's like. Yeah, I'd give it a C. Like I like it's like I liked everyone in it. I think everyone did as best as they could. I just feel like this is one of those movies where it's like I think there was a better version. And it got
lost.
Yeah, it got like Joss Whedoned. You know what I mean? Where I just feel like it's not. And again, Andy Serkis, I do think it was directed well. It just seemed the way it was edited was weird.
Yeah.
Oh wait, my bad. What was the Shang-Chi number?
It was 360. Shang-Chi's beating the shit out of it. So, and that was only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which is. I thought was pretty obvious. I just wanted Jerry to double check
that's
on that.
So crazy.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, like that's.
It's not that crazy, Nick.
Yeah.
I mean, Shang-Chi plays to a broader audience.
Yeah.
Also, it's a new character.
Yeah. People. It's also kind of the beginning of the next phase.
Yeah, and it's like he stands alone. Like I think there are people out there, probably in our age group, maybe that connect Venom heavier to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so my overall take on it was I agree with you. I don't think that Sony necessarily could make the film. I think if the MCU, Disney, Marvel had their hands on these characters and these actors.
Yeah.
And these actors, you got, Woody's a great actor. I'm not saying that I don't think he could play Carnage better.
Yeah, exactly.
I think all the pieces were there to make a better film, but that kind of upset me more.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a D.
Okay.
D and I think plus, I guess.
I think
maybe.
that's fair, yeah.
And here's my reasoning why, real quick, is that we've had, like I said, we've had quite a few Marvel movies come out this year.
Yeah.
And it's definitely beneath the other two. 100%.
For sure.
And I've seen other movies this year that I just...
Like
for 2021, if this would have came out years ago, I might have been super into it.
Yeah.
But it felt like this was a Green Lantern type of film. They swing and they miss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if you love it, that's awesome. That's great that you enjoyed it. It was too corn dog for me.
Yeah, me too. I think you made a really good point. In a world without Loki and WandaVision and What If and Winter Soldier, this movie would be better. But the fact that every comic book thing we've gotten in the last year and a half has been dope.
Yeah.
This feels
it just drops it. It just drops it significantly.
And it's like, if this came out right after Endgame, I'd be like, it was probably pretty good. I'd be like, this is it's probably a little too corny for me, but I liked it. It just didn't feel of the same caliber. And again, I love Andy Serkis, love all these people.
I don't like Andy Serkis, and you can hold me to that.
Yeah.
You fucking ruined fucking Planet of the Apes. I won't forgive and forget.
I still need to see that last one.
I still need to see the last one.
Yeah.
He didn't ruin it, but
But it is
It's
a
not
complete,
mine.
yeah, it's not.
And I'm
yeah.
not a Lord of the Rings. I don't like watching trees walk through
I don't
the
like Lord of the
forest.
Rings,
So, Kenneth Smith reference.
Yeah, I don't like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I don't like fantasy stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Sadu on for a fantasy episode.
Let's do it.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, I like it.
we're Sadu will talk fantasy.
I love it. Because you know,
Because you win us.
I was gonna say maybe he's like, you guys are watching the wrong fantasy.
Yeah.
I know cool shit. And it's like I don't.
Yeah.
So maybe he will give us some cool recommendations.
Yeah. So I mean, we switched subject there, but I do. You know what? To be honest, dude, I don't. Jared, can you pull up this real quick? What else has Andy Serkis directed?
I liked him as Claude.
Oh wow, Jared already had him pulled up. Here we go.
Mowgli.
Oh, he did the other Mowgli movie, the one that wasn't made for Disney. I never saw that.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, and that's the only. Yeah, so he saw the. Oh, it was a Netflix film. That makes sense.
That's so because it's like now that I see that I kind of vaguely remember, but it's like that. I feel like that movie came and went. No one talks about that movie.
The other one was good.
Yeah.
The Mowgli, the
Jungle Book.
Jungle
I didn't see that, but I heard.
Oh, dude, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
I've
good.
heard it.
I haven't seen that one. I'm not gonna shit on it. I'll watch it, but I imagine it's not gonna be for me because I am a Disney kid. So we'll see. I'm not impressed so far with what he's done, movie wise. It doesn't seem like he's done much. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe partially the blame is on him. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I don't want to point fingers.
I almost want to put it on the editor, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I am gonna see it again, like my mom wants to go, and so I'll go with her, and maybe my opinion will change. Or kind of bad.
Well, for Venom, you're gonna go see Venom.
My mom wants to see it. Wow. Like it's like I went with my dad. My mom stayed and watched Archie, and then
take her something different, maybe Vaughn or something.
I think she wants to see it.
She does.
I think she wants to see it. Yeah. And so it's like
heavy.
Is Let There Be Carnage so bad it's good? I would say no. I don't feel like it's a fun bad movie. I feel like it's just cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But again, I know people who love this movie, and I don't want to I don't want to discourage them.
If it's for you, and you disagree with us, sound off in the comments. Let us know that we're stupid.
I like a bunch of stuff that no one likes, and I'm fine with it.
I just other things get so much shit talked on. It seems crazy to me that people would. At
least they acknowledge the writing is awful. The writing is awful.
It was. Overall, I mean, hey, look, I gave him my $15 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I don't
take that back. Yeah,
it's not like I'm like this is a terrible movie. It was just like
I didn't walk out of the film, nor have I ever. But I wouldn't do that on this one either.
I don't think I've ever walked out of it.
Yeah. I just hope that if they do cross over, which a lot of people were saying they are.
Yeah.
I hope that our Marvel, the Holy Marvel, gets a little bit more creative control over the situation and can clean up this mess that kind of, in my opinion, has been there. And what's also interesting, real quick, and we'll end this whole conversation on this because I feel like we've already talked a lot about it tonight.
Yeah.
Carnage dies. Venom.
Oh, again, classic Marvel villain thing. They have something cool, and they're like, and by the end of the movie, it's gone.
How do you take away Carnage?
So stupid. So stupid.
And that really kind of bummed me out too.
Yeah.
So hopefully this timeline thing,
yeah.
Woody could come back as Carnage because if you, my other thing though is maybe Woody didn't want to sign on to multi-movies here, so he was like, I'll do one and I'm done.
I could see that. Yeah.
So that's why they had to kill him.
Yeah.
Or what have you, but dude.
Yeah.
And the way that Venom eats the
I also feel like that doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because you think it would just absorb him, but no. I mean, I don't know.
Watching the whole thing is.
Yeah.
Like I said, DC.
Yeah.
Go see it if you want. Sound off in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn on the bell, whatever the fuck they say on these kind of shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our Venom review. Let's ask Jared a quick question. Jarvis Jerry, after listening to us ramble on about this movie, are you going to go see Let There Be Carnage?
I would, as I'm doing right now, I would see a matinee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay full price, because I also want to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Even though I know it, because again, when we watched that Easter egg thing, and he does do the tornado thing, they showed it for a second, but it really was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Like if Carnage could move so fast that he could create a tornado, then Venom has no you know what I mean? It's almost like that's so powerful that it is almost kind of like that's like anime territory, you know? Like
It's crazy.
he's basically Goku,
It's fine.
you know? Like
He's basically good.
like it's like what? Like
Yeah. Well, Jerry, if you do go see it,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Next week we'll get a little Jerry reviewy of the Venom and get what his rating is on it. Anyone firing off in the chat tonight, Jerry?
So you've had a bunch of fake reviews about Thor Dark World.
yeah, as you would.
We should watch Thor 1 and 2 again, and then bring Sadu on to be like, all right, let's unpack these. Hey, let's even throw Ragnarok.
Well, they fixed them too.
Did they?
They fixed them in the sense that they connected it to the other films.
Oh,
they kind
oh,
of justified what was going on
Yeah.
in Endgame and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
And I wouldn't be surprised. Last thing we'll say that has nothing to do with anything. I wouldn't be surprised if in season 2 Loki he goes back to those movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause he's in both of those
and they
movies,
get what's
right?
him to do cameos.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden there is more Thor 1 and 2 references in Loki. I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know. Not much to say really about tonight's episode.
I'll say this. Looking forward to What If.
Yeah.
I think the last 3 episodes are good. I'm not even gonna review them right now. I think they're worth talking about.
Yeah,
Like, I'm looking forward to talking
No,
about
I haven't
them.
seen it, so
Yeah.
don't spoil me.
Yeah.
We'll do that next week. Not much else to talk about this week. We'll come back at you with What If, and obviously in the next month there's gonna be a lot of things coming out. We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get this whole sound system set up and
Everybody knows how to use Discord. Tell us.
Yeah, if anyone knows what's up with Discord,
sound off in the comments about
Yeah.
Discord. We were having a little issues with setting up our own Discord.
it's always something.
But we'll even leave a link maybe once we figure out our Discord and make it a fan page even.
Yeah, that'd be
You
sick.
can do that shit.
Yeah.
So you can leave comments there for us.
Yeah.
And his reviews of Thor Dark World up in there.
I love it.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to mention this. Sadu also did win the Leave a Hateful Comment.
Oh.
The prize is a sheet of hologram. So.
Right on. Dude. So
Come pick it up.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. One sheet of hologram is what you get.
What are the defects?
Yeah. A blend sheet of hologram. So we'll package that up for you, Sadu. No, seriously, I got something for Sadu.
Yeah.
We'll make a little T-shirt or something that.
We should buy him a Doom ticket. You know, we should. We should like here you go. Here's
Yeah,
a movie on
with
us.
us. Yeah, just to do that, not some random stranger.
No.
Yeah. But
The idea of like going to a movie with a rando, I was like, I'm not doing that.
yeah. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Sound off. What's up, Jerry? Jarvis Jerry?
He's juiced.
Hell yeah,
nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yes, to do. And we're serious. We are going to be doing probably maybe close to the holidays. We're going to do a fantasy episode.
I love that idea. I love that idea.
Sadu's top 10 fantasy films.
Super down.
Yeah, it's
Super
gonna be
down.
good. It's gonna be good. And we'll have him come in and try to sell us off.
Yeah, because to be honest, I don't even think I can name anything besides Lord of the Rings.
Well,
What
it'll be
other
interesting
fantasy movies are there?
We're building this up right now. Right?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see because I know a few fantasy films and stuff. It'll be interesting to see what Sadu brings to the table.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully he does his studying up and comes at us heavy.
I love it.
If he just is fucking Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter's fantasy. I was gonna say what else?
Harry Potter's fantasy.
Okay.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and again, putting him on the spot, but BK will be back soon. We got Boba Fett coming up. We got Mando coming up.
Yeah.
Like there'll be more guests.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Over the Show.
Thank you, Jerry, for helping us out.
Yeah, Jarvis Jerry, always appreciate it.
Is Ghostbusters fantasy? I mean, I guess.
Is
That new Ghostbusters looks good.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters ain't no fucking
Yeah,
fantasy.
I would say that's like.
Dark Tower is on that sci-fi fantasy, which is interesting.
I guess I'll give him Dark Tower, but I would say to me, Dark Tower is like Western horror. And on that note, you guys should read the Dark Tower. Everyone should read the Dark Tower.
And we'll end it with fucking watch the Dark Tower.
It's great. Or what?
Read it. Don't watch it because I heard that movie's
and
bad.
Then watch it. If
Yeah.
you read the books, it almost makes the movie tolerable.
Yeah. All right, guys.